So I have decided that I will be using the stretcher after all, so I am putting it together. One, two, and three. Three wraps on one side, cross it over. One, two, three wraps on the other side, and just a simple little knot that will hold it together, yet will still come out fantastic. So I've got two more sides to do, and I'll get right back with you. So I put a piece of cardboard underneath the stretcher, just so that some of the goo doesn't necessarily fall into this thing. It's the same cardboard that I used to make my cardboard oven. So let's get the hide. Alright, here we go. Woo, it's gonna fall. It's not gonna support. Yeah, that's not gonna support its weight. Maybe it will. So now I'm going to do is adjust this hide to a position where I can stretch it, and it can get a good stretch. Maybe catty-cocky-wampus like this, I think, would be might be advisable. Yep, I think I'm going to do it cocky-wampus like this. All right, it's kind of positioned somewhat the way I need it. I'm not sure. I'll have to play with it here and there. But basically I'm just going to use this cordage right here, and I will be tying through each one of these holes. Then I'll put a small hole in the hide. I don't want to put a big hole in there, and I don't want it way in. I want it to be pretty close to the edge, and I will put it in there, tighten it up a little bit, and as I stretch it I will tighten it even more. But I'm not going to film all that. I'm just going to go ahead and get it on here, try to adjust it as I can to make sure that it stays taut, because once it starts drying it'll tighten up on itself. But I don't want it too loose, but I don't want it too tight either. So I'm going to play around with that, and I'm not going to video it, and I'll get right back with you guys. Get out my most used kit, my sewing kit, and I've got a decent needle that should work just fine. Going to thread up this cordage. It's a little frayed, but I think I'll get it through there. Is I will just sew this right into the hide. There we go. Oh, right through there. Nice. Now we got to do is make sure we get it out through the other end. Give me a pair of pliers. So with these pliers, I'll just bring it to the other end, grab the needle, and maybe pull it through. There we go. Right through. There we go. Awesome. Alright. What we'll do is pick a spot. Run this through. As a matter of fact, I cut this end. Be a little easier. Run it through one of the holes. There we go. Yeah, let's run it up. Looks like it'll work easier if we run it up. Run it up through one of those holes, just like so. And just give it a small tie. Doesn't have to be anything big right now. Right, I just want to make sure that it's on. And I'm just going to do that around the whole thing. I don't want to cut these, pre-cut them, because I don't know how much it's going to take. I don't want to use too much, but I don't want to use too little either. So anyway, it's going to be time consuming, but that's part of, it's going to have to get frayed a little bit. There we go. Yeah, it's not going to fit on this needle if I don't fray them, because there's actually 3. Jab right there. Grab the pliers. Work it through. Just like that. That's jacking my needle up. I think it's a one-time use on that needle. There we go. Find out about how much I'm going to need. Cut it. Find one of the holes. And just give it a nice little general tie here. Again, doesn't have to be anything important or big. I will adjust as I need. I'm just going to go through and do all that. I might actually have to put it on the ground because it seems to be slipping, so I might have to put it on the ground and continue to do this. But that's basically all I'm going to do. I'm just going to sew this through and put it on the stretcher, and once I get it done, probably going to need a new needle. I got it on the floor. It'll definitely make it more solid and easier to deal with, if there is a such thing. Now all I got to do is just simply start tying these up at random intervals here. We'll give one right here. Try to get the cordage on this needle is not the greatest. As a matter of fact, what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to unravel this. I think this cordage will work just fine single. So I'm going to spend some time and unravel this cordage so that I have but a single strand. So not only will it be easier for me to sew, but I'll get to use less of it because there's actually 3 strands here, and I'm pretty sure that even when it tightens up, I don't need all 3 strands of this. So I'm going to take a break from this, and I'm going to go sit in the nice warmness of the our living space, and I'm going to cut this decent sized until I get a decent amount, and I'll get right back with you guys. Alright, so I started to unravel that, and then I decided, oh, no. So I started digging around trying to find something else to use. I ended up deciding fishing line might work. So I got into one of my fishing kits, and I pulled out some fishing line. It's 14, well, it says 14.6 pound test. I don't know why. Anyway, 14 pound test line. This stuff doesn't hold. I don't know what will. And it should be pretty decent. Find the end of it. Should be pretty decent to thread through there and everything. So I'll get back with you when I find the edge of this. And did I find the edge? I think I found the edge right there. Right there it is. There we go. Yeah, so this is pretty thick stuff. This isn't, look at that. That's not anything, that's really thick. Only time I'd ever really use that stuff is if I was doing some sort of line and just leaving it out there and that sort of thing. But anyway, let's do this for a while. Let's see how this works. And it definitely threads fine. And it's kind of stiff, so hopefully I'll be able to get it through there and run it through without having any problems. I might have to get my sharpening stone out. There we go. And work on the tip of this blade, or the tip of this. Yep, that goes through a lot easier too. So there we go. Fishing line. That's going to work just fine. Just fine. So again, try to find a decent spot. I think that got to go right here. Raise it up. Stick it in there. I'm going to give myself a good amount of space because I'm not sure how it's going to work when I try to tie it. Whether or not it'll tie well or not. Right now I don't have to worry about it getting too good. I just want to wrap it here. There we go. Give it a double wrap there. I'd better make it single one. And just, there you go. For now, that'll be good. I don't see any problem with that. So instead of having you watch me do this, I'll get as much of it done as I possibly can, and I'll get back with you guys. All right, so, well, the camera was not running. If it was running, I'd have left it in, but it wasn't running. So I'm sitting there, I'm pushing the needle through, and I got it through, and then I grabbed the pliers and I'm pulling the needle through the hide, and the needle went into my hand pretty freaking deep, about halfway in there. It bled pretty decently. The salt that was on it and everything, it kind of made it sting a little bit. It doesn't hurt, but I jabbed myself with that needle, and yeah, it was just sticking up in there. It was kind of just like that. So anyway, let's get back to the project. I mean, what else I got to do? I already jabbed myself in the hand with a coyote infested salt needle. Pretty sure that there'll be more than one person may comment about asking me if I got a tetanus shot or anything. I got one, I don't know, some years ago or whatever. I don't know. Viruses and icky stuff like that, they're terrified of me, afraid to live in me. I look at diseases and viruses and I'm like, bring it on. Like that. So anyway, I'm fine. If my hand turns red and swells up, or I get sick, or something happens, my arm turns black, I start shuffling around going brains, then I might worry, but until then I'm all right. So putting it on the floor has really helped. Also the fishing line. I'm really glad I used the fishing line. Now, with the stretch that fishing line has compared to the cordage, I don't know if it's going to end up being decent, but I'm not disliking it at this point. I'm pretty decently happy with it. Plus I'm getting a little more skilled at doing it. There we go. Let's see here. And putting it on the floor here has really helped out with my ability to move this bad boy around. There we go. So we're going to do a few up here, and then we'll stand it up and see what it looks like. But it's doing well. I'm not having any real problems with it, other than stabbing myself. Let's try to get one right here. So the plan is to get this up and then set it outside and let it freeze. And then I'm going to use the frozen coldness of it to scrape everything off that I need to scrape off, because there's still plenty on here that needs to be scraped. So we'll see how that works. Just like so. So there we go. This could use a tie. Looks like it's a little longer than that will allow. One right here, I think. The thing is the head. I'm going to have to deal with this head. I don't know. I might have to strap it up here somehow. But we'll see how that works. Let's get one more. Let's deal with that. So let's set this up real quick and see what it looks like so far. Let's see here. We got that we need to kind of tie off somewhere. This probably needs, yep, that's going to need a tie. Alright. So, other than that, it's not too bad for now. It is. So I found a couple spots that I need to work. This definitely needs a tie right here. And there was one other one right here. Where's it at? Right here. This one needs tied, their leg. But this turned out pretty freaking decent. Look at that. That's a nice hide, everybody. I'm telling you what. That is freaking beautiful. Just beautiful. So let me get those two pieces taken care of real quick. And then we'll see what else we can do with this. I figured out what to do with the head. Just gonna, for now, I'm just gonna set it up here. I'm just gonna tack it down. There we go. That'll stretch that. Now again, it's gonna need some more pulling and tightening eventually. But for now, I'm going to take this outside. Look at that. That is a beautiful looking coyote. Look how that is. Look at that. So for now, I've got it up. I used a couple pieces of cordage, and then that really didn't work so well, so I decided to go with the fishing line. I really like the fishing line. I really like that. And then this thing is just beautiful. Just beautiful. Love the tail. So it's gonna go outside. It's gonna sit, and I'm gonna, hopefully it'll get frozen. So once it freezes up, I'll bring it back in and then I'll scrape it. So I have not tried it like this before, but I've been watching a few videos on YouTube, and there's been several people I've watched from Alaska who are doing caribou hides and things like that, but it's the same thing. And they sit it out and let it freeze, and then they scrape it that way. And I think I want to try that on this. It's not going to hurt it if I don't get it to work right. I can always do it my way and thaw it out, reconstitute it with a bunch of water, and then just scrape it like that. It's going to work one way or another. Anyway, I also need I need some time to get my putty knives bent the way I want them. I don't have a vice grip or anything here, so that I can't bend them the way I want them to do. So it's going to give me also a few days to do that. So let me open this door up real quick. And well, as a matter of fact, where did I need to put this? I need to find a spot that I can sit it outside to where it can be safe away from animals, yet it can still get really cold and freeze. So I'll get right back with you guys. So I don't know, it's kind of dark out here, but you should be able to see the icicles. It's in the single digits, and it's basically below zero with the chill factor and everything. Here's some of the icicles. Tomorrow when it gets really nice out, well, daylight, I can say nice, but when it gets daylight out, I'll go ahead and come out and do a video of the icicles and everything. But for now, let me set this outside. For now, this will be all right. I'll set it out here, and it should be safe from anything. There's not really a bunch of critters around here anyway. It's way too cold for them to be out. We'll check on it tomorrow. I'm going to shut this up, and let's get. For now, see you guys later.